Naruto is one of my favorite shonen of all time. I remember watching Toonami every Saturday night when I was a kid. Naruto was a new anime at the time, and everyone at my school was hyped about it too. After watching it for a good while, I fell in love with the series and a majority of the cast. Naruto was also known for its banger fights and moments. Today, I wanted to count down some of those amazing moments in Naruto. It's also been a while since I've done a Naruto video on the channel, so I thought returning to it in this kind of fashion would be nice. Naruto has a lot, so narrowing this down to a top 5 was a bit hard, but I think I nailed it. With that said, let's count down the Shinobi Adventure. To kick off this list of amazing moments from Naruto, I definitely had to include Naruto learning the Resengan for the first time. The first time I saw this was on Toonami at 9 PM on Saturday night. Naruto had been training for weeks to master a new jutsu. He learned how to pop a balloon, a rubber ball, and then eventually, it was Round Ball of Chaos. During that training though, we get to see Naruto work his ass off to master that technique. In fact, what really helped Naruto master the Resengan in such a short amount of time was the motivation of Granny Tsunade. She doubted him so hard, but this blonde kid prevailed, right in front of her as she was hurt. After stopping Kabuto's hit and rendering one of his hands useless by squeezing the crap out of it, Naruto summoned a shadow clone. He gathered chakra into one hand while the clone performed the rotation. Then, once all that power gathered up, he unleashed it. Naruto screamed, and I felt the goosebumps a lot. It was crazy. After the Resengan hit, we see Kabuto, the worst fossil Pokemon, get absolutely smacked backwards. Tsunade's face was pretty priceless. That's where my respect for Naruto skyrocketed, and why it kicks off number 5. Up next, we have a pretty special moment from Naruto once again. I already had huge respect for Naruto by this point in the series, but I gotta say, Naruto beating Pain was one of the most amazing victories I have ever seen. It is one of my favorite fights in the series as well. What really draws me to this moment though, is what happened inside of Naruto. He met a very special individual and learned who he really was. With that in mind, the motivation and backing he got from this person helped Naruto win the fight against Pain in a very epic way. Other than that, Naruto did achieve the art of Sage Mode prior to the Pain fight. Naruto trained and proved himself to everybody. That's it. The Pain fight is what really gave Naruto the respect he deserves. It really is wholesome when the entire village is cheering for the monster they used to hate. Naruto was a hero to these people, and he saved the Leaf Village. This was the point of the series where Naruto started to show he was Hokage material. We see this kid who was pretty pathetic in the beginning, but now we have a legend right in front of us. A friendship I always enjoyed in the Naruto series was of course the friendship between Naruto and Sasuke. Their friendship was super rocky at the start, with Sasuke always calling Naruto a loser, putting him down, and just overall being king douchebag. Naruto and Sasuke have always had a lot more in common than they thought. That's probably why they were able to bond so well. They both didn't have parents, and that was something they both shared. After a while, Sasuke acknowledges Naruto as his rival. From that point, we started to see respect forming, which is pretty exciting. Then, after a course of time, Sasuke started to get jealous of Naruto's progress, especially after learning the Resengan. Orochimaru's influence also took over, and he turned into a bad guy. 3 years pass, and Naruto learns what becomes of Sasuke. He attempts to rescue him, but it doesn't work. Sasuke escapes and kills Orochimaru. With all that betrayal though, Naruto still feels like him and Sasuke are friends. Naruto didn't stop chasing, and eventually, it paid off. After several events passed, Sasuke learns of his brother's true intentions, the Great Ninja War passes, and then Sasuke and Naruto fight one more time to settle the score. They both wind up super messed up after the fight, but they reignited their friendship. I could sit here all day and explain the entire process of this friendship. If you've seen Naruto, you know what happens. Seeing them become close again after all those events transpired, it's like, damn, that's dedication. At the penultimate spot, we actually have 2 moments. However, these moments are basically the same, as you can count parents as one pair. Naruto meeting both Kushina and Minato was one of the most iconic moments of the Naruto series. Both were very wholesome, but the best of the 2 for me was Naruto meeting Kushina. Naruto knew right away it was his mom, and he gave her just this amazing hug. That moment had me bawling. Then we learn of how Kushina and Minato had met. Kushina was known as the Red Hot Habanero because of her red hair. Due to this red hair, she was teased a lot. Minato didn't care though. He stood up for her, and eventually, he even saved her life. Kushina was being kidnapped, and out of nowhere, Minato pops up, kicks the crap out of the bad guys, and picks her up. He He jumps in the air with her in his arms, and it's like a scene out of a Disney movie. We know about Naruto's really messed up childhood. It was really nice getting clarification when it came to the stealing of the Nine Tails. We see that Kushina and Minato really do love Naruto with all their heart. The life they could have had together as a family could have been a very pleasant one. They were all happy to meet each other though, and I bawled both times. We also learn a bit about how Minato became the 4th Hokage and one of the most renowned ninjas of this time. When it was revealed the 4th Hokage was Naruto's dad, I almost pissed myself. And the number 1 spot goes to learning the truth about Itachi Uchiha. In case you guys weren't aware, Itachi Uchiha is my favorite Naruto character, and I would even argue could be one of my favorite anime characters of all time. Itachi, when he originally appeared, was practically a god. Nobody could stand up to Itachi in the original Naruto that we knew about at the time. I would even say Itachi was the strongest character in this series for a hot minute. We learn though that Itachi is painted to be this demon of a human being. I say demon because this dude killed his entire clan. That's pretty horrifying to think about. At the same time though, whenever Itachi appeared, I don't think anyone could hate him because he was such a badass. He slapped Sasuke silly the first time they reunite, he made Kakashi suffer Tsukiyomi, and at the time, Kakashi was one of the most powerful characters in the series. Not to mention, we see that he's just busted with Amaterasu and Susanoo. When he fought Sasuke though, he was sick. Using the Amaterasu too many times can do that to you. Sasuke the entire time wanted to kill his brother for what he did to their clan. Once Itachi dies, Sasuke hears the truth. It was to prevent a coup. Itachi killed the clan to prevent a coup d'etat. He prevented a fucking war basically. We see Itachi as a hero from that point on, and realize, wow, we got totally mindfucked. My favorite part of this Itachi journey though for sure has to be when Itachi told Sasuke, "I will love you always." Itachi had got reanimated for a short time, but he was able to break Kabuto's grasp. Sasuke and him met up and teamed up against Kabuto. Itachi and Sasuke worked together, and it was a brilliant way to end things. Then we hear Itachi say the quote, and it just reminds me of why I like Itachi so much. Well, that wraps up my top 5 best moments in Naruto. What do you guys think? Do you agree with this list, or do you have a different set in mind? Let me know down below. Honestly, whatever you guys say, I'm more than likely going to agree with you. Naruto had a lot of great moments in it, and like I said, it was really tough to narrow it down to a top 5. These moments are just so special though, I wanted a little more time to talk about them. That's why I narrowed it down to a top 5. Anyways, if you guys enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like and subscribe with notifications on, that way you never miss an upload. With that wrapped up, I'm gonna end it here. I'm Mystic Sage, and I will see you in the future for more awesome Naruto and anime content.